And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's Halliburton. And the dunk by Halliburton.
High energy throw down that time by Halliburton. Not wasting any time or motion.
Here's Bibby. Oladipo on the wing. Uses the glass on the layup.
Oladipo looking very comfortable from this area, and I think it helps when he's looking to shoot from there.
Here's Halliburton. And the layup falls. Halliburton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
And Clark, a big part of Tyrese Halliburton's effectiveness, he is tall for a point guard.
Yeah, and you see that across the league, Brian. More and more teams making sure they get size on the perimeter. I mean, they're looking for length in the backcourt, and if you can find it in your point guard, that's even better. And Tyrese Halliburton, a poster guard for long, elite-level point guard.
It's hauled in by Robinson. New York leading by 23. Pass to Bradley.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouls.
New York shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. That one falls, so he hits both of them. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. And the foul called on Victor Oladipo. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Granger. He's scoreless. Down low. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
He's off on the second. This is his second trip to the line in the game.
Third team foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
A double-double threat and superb defender. Brand is exactly what you'd want from your big man.
So he gets them both. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Oladipo outside. New York again can't hit. Tipped. It's Exum on the wing. Pass to Brand. Here's McDaniel. Robinson defending. Clock at 6. McDaniel, no good. New York leading by 22. Here's Wade. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist. Wade's got his first points in this one.
A great decision from Smart. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
And Atlanta misses again. And here's New York now.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Both teams will make substitutions. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Curry's shot is off. And New York has possession. Here's Smart. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
And Smart is a very physical player. He doesn't fear getting hit while trying to score.
And that one falls for Smart. New York making a switch here. And so Smart nails them both. Here's Atlanta with the ball. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Edwards. It's intercepted. Smart outside. Pass to Durant. Here's Wade. Launches it. No good on the shot. Here's Nowitzki. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. New York out in front, running away with it. And time to step away quickly. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Halliburton has got the ball here for Atlanta. Into the lane. Drops in the layup for two.
Driving lanes are created because they have to respect Halliburton's perimeter shot.
Pass to Wade. Three-pointer. Fires in the triple.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And slammed that thing through.
A nasty two-hander.
Max Force throwdown.
Now here's Durant. Three-pointer, no good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him. It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Pass to Oladipo. To the middle. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure.
Nothing surprising about that, guys. We've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old.
New York leading by 23. Pass to Oladipo. Stolen by Sharp. Halliburton for three. Bradley grabs the board. And here's New York now. The drive by Smart. For three, Durant. That shot off. And the foul called on Victor Oladipo.
Timeout.
That'll be a second foul of the game. And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here.
Sí, ya tengo un par de cartas. Tengo mejores cartas ahora y ahora estoy también juego más duro también. Ahora me salen gente más difícil, pero ahora juego más duro.
And some changes here for New York. To the paint. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Hey, we use the term explosive a lot, but Edwards, this guy is explosive times 3.
Pass to Tatum. Back to Burke. And he jams it home with authority.
I almost can't believe what I saw. Incredible.
Sí. No, pero me están saliendo saco de gente dura, con carta de 99, gente así. Tú sabes. Lo que pasa es que yo estoy maduro ahora.
You got no chance of defending him right there.
Not that time. He was determined to get those points.
Right side Green. Outside Holiday. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. The layup misses. Atlanta trails by 21. Pass to Nowitzki. Puts it up from 15. He gets it in there.
I'll tell you, when he rises up to shoot, and with his height advantage, he knows he's going to get a clean look.
You know, for me, it doesn't get any better than seeing big fellas who can use the mid-range jumper to their advantage.
Here's Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Outside Curry. This one for three. And it's New York with a rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Oh, nice.
No, él no es bueno porque él está en 90, pero es uno de los jugadores que yo me sé más el tiro, tú sabes.
Uneasy too on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. .23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Going inside, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And guys, that's got to be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
The kick to Tatum. And here's Green from the arc. Good.
Pero tú tienes un Maitín, pero claro, ese Chay es buenísimo, ese fue el primer jugador bueno que yo tuve. Pero si tú tienes un Maitín, tú no juegas, vamos a jugar cuando tú quieras, cuando tú te tengas tiempo.
We'll see you next time.
Ah, ya. No, pero está heavy.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. In this game, we'll see New York against San Diego. Brian Anderson here, joined by our analyst, Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Plus,
Ah, ya. Ponte para que juguemos, ponte. Se te nota que eres duro.
And New York has possession. Tatum looking it over. Nice move. Stepped on the line. Out of bounds there. And that will cost him a possession. Doris, it seems like every year Tatum's name is right atop the MVP ballot.
To me, Brian, it speaks not only to his talent, but also his consistency and the work ethic. The game is important to him. He's versatile. He's clutch. He's everything you want in a star player.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holiday. Pass to Burke. Picked it. And they're on the break. Here's Roy. And San Diego another three.
Not everyone has the green light to take that three in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander to the middle. Robinson with a steal. First quarter of play, a minute in. Here's Daniels. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Roy pulls it in.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
Raja. And San Diego another three.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Pass to Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. Outside Holiday. Outside Tatum. Green with the ball. Launches a three. And it's Tatum missing.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark.
I love when Shea does not just settle for a layup. Finish with authority. What a pretty dunk.
Down low. Back to Daniels. Fires the three. He drops it from range. Daniels has got 6.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Ball stolen. Here's Roy. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Roy's gotten his second bucket.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string. Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Pass to Robinson. Here's Raja. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? Inside. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
That's the end of the score.
And so it's San Diego now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They're getting quality.
Está difícil pero así que me gustan en verdad, que me lleven porcentaje en la carta. Yo le he ganado a saco gente, así yo le he ganado.
Basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for San Diego?
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
And boy, have they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
Here's Daniels. Buries it from 3. Daniels has got 9 points.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Pass to Green. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Lets the 3 fly. Wade misses.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
So sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holiday. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Green. Here's Wade. Off the mark there with a 3. San Diego leading by 17. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. Screen by Robinson. Here's Roy. And it's New York with a rebound.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice. Here's Daniels. And it's off from 3-point range. New York trails by 15. Outside, Green. Here's Wade. Counted from distance. Wade's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. With a step back. Daniels misses. A minute 39 left in the first half. To the inside. Burke. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Here's Roy. San Diego with another miss. And New York has possession. Trailing by 10. Doris, even as he gets up there in age, Drew Holiday is still an elite defender.
Brian, it's really remarkable how valuable a piece he is. They call him the Swiss Army knife because he is one of those rare individuals that can guard all 5 positions. He understands schemes. He's willing to mix things up. Drew Holiday is elite, period.
Oh, steps back and drains the jumper. Roy's got 7 points.
And he couldn't get an easier shot. The defense right now just looks defeated.
Well, simply stated, simply not enough effort, not enough attention to detail. They've gotten run over this evening.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Pass to Robinson. Here's Raja. Back to Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
And B.A., that is just not fair. I mean, I had a feeling he was going to bust out the dunk. He loves the big finish.
Man, the fans love him. When he has space to operate, they just know he's going to do something special.
And given his ability, someone needed to rotate to try and contest that.
There's a screen. Here's Green. And so it's San Diego going into the break up 12. They're showing impressive focus out there, and it's paying off big on both ends of the floor. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And Reeves has got the ball here for San Diego. There's the triple. Knocks down the long J. Reeves has got his first 3 points of the game.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Endorse, no doubt about it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle, he can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force. You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Yeah, this is how powerful Davis is. Awesome at capitalizing with the dunk.
To the paint. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Here's Anunoby. Here's Porzingis. Jacks up a 3. And San Diego another 3.
Nice job by OG Anunoby to be aggressive from distance.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Look at SGA, so adept in traffic.
Well, let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
Here's Anunoby. He squares up and sinks it. Anunoby's got 5 points in the quarter.
I didn't see that coming. He sinks a pretty dicey shot.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Wade. Shot clock at 5. The rebound by Bender. San Diego leading by 16. Davis with it. Durant covering. Davis misses. And New York has possession. Now Smart. And stolen by Porzingis. In transition, here they come. Oh, a clear look for Anunoby. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline. New York trails by 16. Outside Durant. Oh, they pick off the pass. And they're pushing it up. A minute 31 left in the third. And the basket by Bender.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunked by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Back to Bradley. Pass to Wade. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. And Porzingis with the block.
A swat by Porzingis, that wingspan, letting you know he's in the house.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
On the wing, Wade. Up top, Durant. 6 to shoot. The rebound, San Diego. They kick it out to Porzingis. Hits the trifecta. Porzingis has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
And so it's San Diego out in front by 19 going into the break. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Smart. On the wing, Wade. Outside, Holiday. Kicks it out to Smart. From the arc. Hits the three-pointer. Smart has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Growing confidence in his jumper. Smart is rising and firing after the catch of the pass. Nice.
Back to Daniels. Pass to Turkoglu. The 3. Holiday grabs the miss.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Now here's Durant. Raja with a rebound. San Diego leading by 16. Pass to Turkoglu. It's stolen by Smart. Inside. To the inside. The kick to Durant. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
How about the body control Kevin Durant has? My goodness gracious. Takes the punishment and makes the shot anyway.
Well, Doris, you look back over the history of the NBA, hard to find a better scorer than KD.
Oh, BA, he is unequivocally on the short list of the greatest scorers the league has ever seen. You think about guys, when you think about KD, guys that can create their own shot and hit from anywhere on the floor. You couple that with the size and the release point and the skill with the ball. Kevin Durant is a problem, folks.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Daniels. Out to the right wing. Clock at 6. Here's Turkoglu. Gets the 3 ball to go. Turkoglu's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Looking to close things out. That might have been the nail in the coffin.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Here's Durant. It's hauled in by Robinson. San Diego leading by 18. Here's Roy. He buries it from 3.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Smart with a bucket.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Doubled by Durant. And it's Kevin Durant with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. 1:09 left in the fourth quarter. Screen by Robinson. Offensive rebound. The layup off target. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The rebound, San Diego. 22 was their biggest lead. Pass to Daniels. Here's Raja.
New York foul. Kevin Durant. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
No good on that one.
At the line for 2. Dino Raja.
And the second free throw is good. And New York has possession. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Here he goes. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander. Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you difficult to defend.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for New York. Pass to Durant. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Oh, got a piece of it. And here's Robinson. Here's Raja. So it's San Diego picking up the win, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Ready. These heavy hitters will all be helpful in conquering this season's domination series, Out of Time, where modern stars are transported back in time to historically excellent teams.
In Out of Time, you'll square off with teams like Wemby on the classic San Antonio Spurs as he joins forces with Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker. And then there's Lonzo Ball joining Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen on the '96 Chicago Bulls.
Now, these are some really fun scenarios, and if you can surpass those super teams and earn all 99 stars, you'll add one of the most skilled players of the modern era. It's Dark Matter Jalen Williams.
Pro Pass automatic rewards include even more fun, with Dark Matter John Wall carving up defenders like an all-you-can-eat buffet, and a Pro Pass pack full of powerful rewards, including a legendary Handles for Days badge.
Cross them up, Sasha. Grab those rewards and get that rep rising to prove that you're the best in my team.
Our next guest is taking home wins on the digital courts and creating content around 2K. Renee, welcome to 2K TV.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, LD.
Absolutely. We're excited to have you, and I was excited to see your build in NBA 2K. So let's start with that. What was the feeling like for you when 2K reached out and told you that you're going to have a build featured in the game?
It was actually
.2K Sports checks in with their loyal viewers with the broadcast from Boston, the home of the Celtics. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us as well.
Assistant Williams.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
And now here comes Williams leading the break.
Lift off, Mr. Dort. A one-way ticket to the rim.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about.
It's time for some t-shirts. Make some noise, fans.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And Stan, here we've got two of the highest scoring teams in the entire NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, there is firepower everywhere with these two teams. So defensively, you can't take away everything, but you have to try to take away something.
Limit some things, right, Coach? You can't stop everything on the play.
Not at all. You've got to pick your poison and decide what you can live with.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off George. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. He immediately mentioned that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, is at the top of their scouting report. He told me the key to stopping SGA is defending without fouling. Easier said than done, but try to keep him off the free throw line. And try, emphasis on try, to make Shai a jump shooter. A very tall task.
Guys. Thank you, David. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
2 on the clock. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams for 3. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Holiday with it. Williams picks him up. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Back to White to stop the drought. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
All right, fans, give it up for something entertainment.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Pass to Caruso. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams with the ball. Yes, that goes in.
Gilgeous-Alexander is so dangerous in these pick and roll sets.
Holiday with it. Williams picks him up. White. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now, here's George. Pass to Holmgren. Rebound by the Celtics. Holiday goes in. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
To the paint.
Ball entry from below the basket. Boston ball.
Celtics trailed by 4. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Pass to Caruso. Outside, George. Now, here's Holmgren. Outside, George. Oklahoma City moving it around. A wide open look here for Caruso. Cans it from downtown.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Brown outside. Back to Porzingis. The screen from Brown. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And because he can score from all over the floor, Porzingis can find space inside. That's not the case for most 7-footers.
And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
Pass to White. Tatum wide open. He fires one. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Oklahoma City out in front. They're up by 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
You can see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Can't tie it up as that one's no good. And so it's Williams who brings it up for Oklahoma City. Pass to Caruso. Near the three-point line, it's Holmgren. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, it sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that. The Thunder leading by 4. Stolen by Tatum. Pass to Brown. Triton inside. And the dunk by Brown.
Speedy move by Brown, using his velocity to get right where he wants to go.
And here is Holmgren. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Thunder lead by 4.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
On the wing, Brown. That doesn't go either for Brown. Porzingis with the steal. To the middle. Caruso with the steal. Porzingis with the steal. Brown with it. Dort covering. Brown, no good. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. Holmgren gets the bucket. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Keep on dancing.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got 5.
And bringing the aggression and the energy, 2 things you like to see from Porzingis.
It's Williams, high post. There's the 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Clock at 6. Here's Holmgren. And he banks in the layup. Holmgren's got the lead up to 7 now for the Thunder.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
And it's White missing. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Kept alive. Here's Holmgren.
I mean, length and skill. And Holmgren has a lot of both.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Brown wide open. He fires. Off target from outside. On the wing, Williams. A three-pointer is right on target. And it's a 12-point Thunder lead.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Now here is Holiday. The Celtics need to get a shot off. There's Brown with the 3. The offensive rebound. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Baiting the defender into a foul. Tatum wants to get to the line where he has always been terrific.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
Good on both.
And it's the attention to detail that sets Tatum apart from most players in our league.
Outside Williams. And the Thunder, another 3.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Tatum way outside. And so it's Chet Holmgren making things happen for the Thunder. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We've got more in store for you right after this. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Celtics trail by 13. Inside. Out to Porzingis. And here's Holiday. Outside, White. Just 5 to shoot. Out to Porzingis. Stolen by Dort. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Back to Williams. To the inside. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Tatum. Tatum gets it to go inside.
And there's the frame being put to use by Tatum. He knows he's dangerous down low.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he can't jam it through. And one of the most respected players in the NBA is Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a 3-time Teammate of the Year award winner. He's also a Sportsmanship Award winner. He is a pro's pro.
Now here's Porzingis. 5 points in the game. The kick out to Tatum. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Tatum's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Celtics. outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice D from Porzingis. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Back to White. The shot's good. Brown making the play. White's got his second bucket of the game to go.
I like the unselfish approach from Brown there. Willing to give it up to his open teammates.
Down low. Williams. Chalk up 2 there. And the Thunder lead by 9.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the basket by Boston. Now here's Caruso.
My goodness, that is how you attack a bigger defender.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And he converts the layup. 6 points for Derek White.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Williams with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. There's a screen by Williams. 3 on the clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Hartenstein can't get it to go. Celtics trailed by 7. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Timeout. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. .156 left in the third quarter of the game. To the paint. Here's Brown. And he gets it to go.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Williams a screen, and it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Holmgren wide open. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Guys, this is what you call a generational talent. Holmgren is bound to fill up the highlight reel every night he plays.
And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates is a big part of it.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said you can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And Holmgren possesses sky-high potential. His length and versatility making him such an intriguing prospect.
And the dunk by Holmgren.
excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. A nice shot by Tatum.
Well, you know Jason Tatum can score, and that's exactly what he's done thus far.
Caruso looking for an opening. Holmgren. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Thunder leads by 8. And do not go away. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team.
You see yourself on the screen and you show us your best move.
Now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. Listened in on what Joe Mazzulla told his team. Now he's encouraging them to keep attacking in the paint. He said, when we get inside, we score. Simple as that. Keep attacking. Don't settle for anything that's not at the rim. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Screen by Porzingis. 6 to shoot. Tipped away. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Williams. Holmgren the screen. Over Porzingis. That one wide left. Celtics trailed by 11. Outside Holiday. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Out to Porzingis. It's up a 3. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
The reflexes on Porzingis can surprise you. For a big, he plays with great quickness.
To the middle. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Assisted.
I mean, sneaky. When he moves around the floor, Holmgren takes you out of the play, slips past, and just rolls to the hoop.
Stolen by Dort. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on him now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of hope.
Pass to White. The Celtics working the ball around now. There's Brown with the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, this is what Brown was looking for. He just needed the ball, and then instantly his shot was up.
Oklahoma City leading by 9. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Picked up by Brown. And Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Outside, Dort. Pass to Holmgren. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Right side, Porzingis. And here's Brown outside.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Stolen by Holiday. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's Tatum driving to the basket. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Using the bounce, Tatum just explodes to the hoop so quick.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. 4 on the clock. Holmgren can't hit. It's Brown on the wing. Outside, Porzingis. There's the triple. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. .115 left to play in the final quarter. Oklahoma City leading by 7. Here's Caruso. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. 6 on the shot clock. They set the pick. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And able to get himself to the line. SGA so crafty inside there to get the contact.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 9-point ball game. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for Boston. Going inside. And the layup falls. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here are the Thunder now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Over in the corner, Caruso. Outside, Williams. Outside, Dort. Shot clock at 5. Knocks down the 3 ball.
3 points. They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. White with the defensive effort. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. So now for Greg Anthony.
Brian Anderson here with you, alongside Grant Hill and Coach Dan Van Gundy, and the fourth member of our crew, Allie LaForce, reporting from the sidelines. Kick out to Brown. There's the triple. Pure from three-point range. And Grant, having a lengthy bench, so important in the NBA.
It really is. I mean, there's always the risk of guys getting hurt throughout the season. So the teams know the value of having a very deep rotation, and they make the most of their bench, which is smart. Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition, just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Dort outside. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside for Dort. Off target from outside. Outside Porzingis. To the inside. A nice shot by Tatum.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Just 5 to shoot. Will it go? No good on the shot. Good work defensively by White. And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday, fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
The kick out to Williams. And stolen by Holiday. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. Hits the front of the rim and out. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Searching for their first points of the game. And here's Caruso outside. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Inside. Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Even after that serious knee injury, Porzingis with the spring to flush it. And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Now here's Porzingis. Tatum from long range. Dort grabs the miss.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, it's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie.
And this is Shea's game. Attack, get to the rim, and finish.
Oh, a deep three from Tatum. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Thunder trail by 7. Grant, how about the rise of OKC in just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed?
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks. And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
There's 1:12 left in the first. Outside, Williams. Down low. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Yeah, the defense making it way too easy for Holmgren. Got to push him farther out than this.
Tatum feeling it out a bit to the paint. Porzingis misses. Let's see if they want to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
Hey, looking at the clock, I'd say yes. Wow, what a move by Jalen Williams. Offensively, he just has the whole package.
Now here's Brown. On the wing, Tatum. And again, Boston with the triple.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Holmgren. He's looking good. 2 buckets in 3 attempts.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
Pass to Tatum. With 1 on the clock. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Boston out in front. They're up by 4. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Celtics.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And this is a star-driven league, but talk about the importance of role players, Grant.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that could make the difference.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Strong finish by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter, someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or a spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the hammer.
Gilgeous-Alexander lifting off and hammering it down with all he's got.
Pass to Tatum. Brown, outside Holiday, clock at 4, and that won't fall for him. He's 0 for 2. Left side Williams. The 3 is up. Here's Holmgren. Chet going to work inside.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Outside Porzingis. The kick to Tatum. Back to Porzingis. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. This one for 3. Boston, no good that time either.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to Caruso. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
It's Dort on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Williams from long range. Porzingis grabs the board. Boston trailing. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
All right, Stan, as you look around the league, who stands out as the best perimeter defender right now?
There's so many good ones. OG Anunoby might be the most versatile. Drew Holiday, Derek White, KCP. Don't forget about guys like Aaron Gordon and Herb Jones, also outstanding.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, quote, "It's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully, we have a long runway together to figure things out." Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Standing at 7-3, we have never seen a player quite like Kristaps Porzingis. A fantastic shooter, a solid ball handler. What a talent.
Both free throws good from Porzingis.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Pass to Brown. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Up top, Tatum. Brown with it. Here's Porzingis. Hartenstein pulls it in.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing. Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Outside Porzingis. Outside Holiday. Back to Porzingis. Porzingis punishing inside.
Great body control by Porzingis. He sets a good pick and then rolls right into a scoring position.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by White. .26 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Brown with it. Guarded now by Williams. White. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough working the mid-range area.
Hartenstein a screen. Outside for Dort. From behind the arc. The shot that time not on target. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Oklahoma City ahead, up by 2. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. So it's Oklahoma City now. The lead is 2. The 3 is up. Tatum pulls it in. So it's Boston now. Outside Porzingis. Tatum with a screen. Okay, do it, KP.
On the offensive end, Porzingis has been so dialed in, making the most of every scoring opportunity he gets.
Pass to Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now Wiggins. Clock at 6. And the 3 off target.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Outside Holiday. For the lead. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Wiggins looking around. Pass to Wallace. Outside for Dort. To the middle. Here's Holmgren. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Holmgren's got 8.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Now here's Wallace. Still no points. White with a steal. Up top, Tatum. The kick out to White for the lead. The rebound by Wiggins.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Brown with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. Porzingis with it. Now Wiggins defending. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Porzingis sets a screen. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall. And he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Five on the clock. To the inside. Brown, no good.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Dort. Down low. Tipped.
How about the defense from Holiday? Reading the play and using his defensive instincts to swat it back.
Now here's Porzingis. He's got 14. KP wrecks the rim.
Oh, he's putting on a scoring clinic, guys. If it wasn't for him, they would not be in this game.
Williams with it. Guarded now by Holiday. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside. Here's Caruso. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. Boston on offense. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Back to Tatum. The kick out to White. Pass to Holiday. Porzingis with it. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is. Now here's Holmgren. Give him 8 points now. Caruso with the bucket. Neither team has been able to assert its dominance over the other.
Yeah, the struggle is real tonight. 7 lead changes and still in the third quarter.
Here's Holiday. Yet to see a basket. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. And score it. That now makes him 7 for 11 in this game.
Check out Porzingis' energy. He's just relentless on both ends of the court.
Inside. Here's Holmgren. Bam! Chad rocking the rim.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Outside Holiday. He can't hit that time. And he can't get that one. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Oklahoma City ahead. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. Coach asked his team, Can anyone knock down a three? Reminding them three-point shooting will open up the floor, make things easier in the half-court offense. Everyone loves making threes. Missing? Not so much. Yeah?
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Porzingis sets a screen. 6 to shoot. Back to Tatum. Oh, and it's Tatum finishing it off inside. Oh, this one has turned into an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, at this point, you almost expect it to come down to the last possession.
Here's Dort. Chalk up 2 there.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Well, he's been dialed in. Very efficient here in the second half.
On the wing, Caruso. The kick out to Williams. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
Outside White. Pass to Tatum. Left side Porzingis. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Outside Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Great D that time from Holmgren. And so it's Caruso who brings up the ball for Oklahoma City. They trail by 1. To the middle. Now Holmgren. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Tatum can't hit. So it's Oklahoma City now. Down low. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Jaylen Brown picks one up.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first, but misses the second.
And right about now, at this point in the game, there can be a massive difference between a 2- and 3-point advantage. And it's been a thrilling matchup. Both teams giving their all.
Outside, Williams. And another miss by Oklahoma City. The Celtics with the lead. Tatum on the drive. Oh, it's blocked by Williams.
And Williams getting his timing just right on the block. Defending with purpose.
Number 7. Chet Holmgren.
Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now. Pass to Porzingis.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Shot clock at 5. And here's Tatum. Back to Porzingis. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's foul number 2 for him.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Here's Holiday. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Lets the three fly. The Thunder with the rebound. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's tipped. Right side, Tatum. Pass to Holiday. Fires from deep. Boston, no good that time either. Oklahoma City trailing. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now guarded by White. Caruso misses. Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes it difficult to defend.
Outside Holiday. Laces one from three.
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here.
Now into the lineup for the Celtics, number 42.
Here's Holmgren. Cash. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
These moments are important for Holmgren's development. He needs to keep sinking those big-time shots.
34 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. And he buries it.
And this guy is made for these moments. Tatum, the big-time shot.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Here's Holmgren. It's stolen by Tatum. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
White looking it over. Outside Holiday. Right side Tatum. Outside Brown. So we see Boston get the win here. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy.
we've got the Los Angeles Lakers facing the New York Knicks. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. Driving the lane, Towns. Here's Achua. Here's Towns. And he banks in the layup. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Doncic right side. Down low. Here's Finney-Smith. Jalen Brunson grabs the miss. New York with the ball. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
James. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Fierce. That is what I would call how he came off that pick and roll situation. LeBron wins once more with his aggressiveness.
Now, here's Achua. Towns in the corner. To the middle. Here's Anunoby. And Anunoby slams it in.
Let's remember, this is 6'8" with some hops. OG Anunoby with the dunk.
Reeves outside. And there's the call on Precious Achua. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one.
Moving the ball is certainly important, but forcing passes like that is simply bad basketball.
Pass to Bridges. Fires from deep. A rebound by the Lakers. Here's Hachimura. The offensive rebound. Reeves in the corner. No good on the three. Here's New York. Brunson scanning the floor. Pass to Towns. Anunoby outside. Oh, good on the triple.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Doncic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
What you love about Luka Doncic is he's this unique combination of size and skill. He can really play cross-positionally. He makes shots at all 3 levels. So dangerous.
And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower.
Inside, Towns can be so physical, guys, and that makes him tough to cover.
Here's Doncic. And it's Hachimura in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Finney Smith can't get it to go.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Towns, the screen. And Brunson, here we go. Towns, no luck.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court. Back to you.
DA, it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much. Pass to Brunson. And there's the drive. Towns wide open. Another miss by Towns. Finney Smith with it. Back to Doncic. Finney Smith in the post. From deep. That one doesn't drop. The Knicks with the lead. Bridges outside. Back to Towns. No good with the layup. The tie for the ball. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Knicks lead by 2. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game. This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
You know, Doris, every so often there are guys that come along that you can build a franchise around, and Luka Doncic seems to be one of them.
There's no question, Kevin. And if I were putting a team around Luka Doncic, I'd want to have multiple vertical threats at the rim and shooters at every other position, because at that point, Luka is unguardable.
Towns, the screen. Out to Bridges. Pass to Anunoby. Misses the 3. And so Doncic will bring it up for L.A. Trailing by 2.
Yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith has the ability athletically to finish near the cup, and he does so there.
The kick out to Anunoby. Back to Towns. Puts up a 3. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And there's the call on Precious Achiuwa. That'll be his second foul of the game. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Pass to Finney-Smith. Picked by Finney-Smith. Doncic converts inside.
Yeah, an offensive player like Luka expects the contact. He's anticipating it, so it doesn't bother him. That's a big-time finish.
Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Towns has got the game tied up here for the Knicks.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Pass to Finney-Smith. The Knicks pull it in.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
The kick out to Anunoby. And, Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Here's Reeves. And that's collected by Brunson. New York with the ball. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Out to the right wing. Bridges outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. To the paint. High arcing shot. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against 1 make. To the inside. And it's Towns missing. Reeves outside. Back to LeBron. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for the Lakers.
And stolen by Anunoby. All alone. And Anunoby slams it in.
OG Anunoby, because of his athletic ability, can be special in the open floor. Nice finish there.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Pretty bucket inside by Brunson.
Yeah, don't let Brunson's size fool you. This guy operates consistently on the interior.
On the wing, Reeves. And there's the call on Precious Achiuwa. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Knicks.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
Inside, Achiuwa. Towns for 3. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10. Lakers trail by 4. Kicks it out to James. Los Angeles with another miss.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Brunson outside. Pass to Achiuwa. Bridges with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Anunoby outside. 4 on the clock. Down low. Got a hand on it. Shoots. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one goes on Anunoby.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Free throw drops for James.
2 shots.
And both free throws good for LeBron. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's the Knicks. They lead by a bucket. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the 3rd quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. A 2-point game. Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team, and it's not just because they're winning, it's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first, but there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you.
Number 17, Dorian Finney-Smith.
Now here's Wright. Pass to Hart. In the corner, it's Bridges. Here's Robinson. James with some nice D. The Lakers trail. Now Finney-Smith. It's stolen. Here's Bridges. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well, quick transition has Bridges positioned perfectly. Puts the nice finish on the transition opportunity.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. To the right side. Just 5 to shoot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. As a junior college product, Dalton Knecht, Greg, didn't have a traditional path to the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, spent 2 years at a JC, 2 more at a small Division I program, then used his extra year of eligibility to transfer to Tennessee, and there he became a first-team All-American and turned himself into a first-round pick.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Who wants a t-shirt? Get on your feet. Make some noise. Who wants a t-shirt? The loudest section gets t-shirts launched their way. Let me hear you. Loudest section in the building gets 3 t-shirts.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. In the second half, they've only given up 1 basket coming from the free throw line. Here's Doncic. Strong drive by Doncic.
Just another ho-hum, brilliant offensive performance from Luka Doncic.
To the middle. Here's Hart. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Knicks lead by 3.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, with the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future.
First team foul.
Los Angeles on D. Pass to Robinson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on LeBron James.
And this, to me, is where Mitchell Robinson is comfortable operating. Because of the length and size, he can put pressure on defenders.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Here's Doncic. Knicks with the rebound. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Pass to Robinson. And finished off by Robinson.
Well, Mitchell Robinson will take it to the rim with authority every chance he gets.
Here's Doncic. LeBron with it. Now connect. Guarded by Wright. 6 to shoot. Back to James. This one for 3. James cooking from deep.
This is why LeBron's so tricky to defend. Yes, he has the strength to go inside and finish, but he's also got such touch from behind the arc.
To the inside. Robinson down low. Off target at the rim.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for the Knicks. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. The Lakers on offense, trailing by 2. To the paint. Here's LeBron. And LeBron throws it down.
LeBron James leaves no doubt about that one. Punches it home as soon as he gets the opportunity.
You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger. And the Lakers with possession here. Here's Hayes. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
No easy buckets with Mitchell Robinson in the vicinity. Sends that back with authority.
54 seconds left to play here in the third. And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He wants to talk to his guy. Here's Connect. And Connect slams it in.
Rising up. Dalton Connect.
And the call will be against Gabe Vincent. That's his first foul.
13 foul. Coming onto the floor for your New York Knicks, number 11.
It's Hart on the wing. Towns the screen. Shot to stop the run. And the dunk by Towns.
Don't you love how Towns' hands are always ready to receive the pass? Terrific job on the pick and roll.
Vincent with it. Brunson picks him up. Over to the wing. Here's Connect. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. To the middle. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Now Vincent. Out of bounds. New York takes possession.
New York ball.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth.
The Lakers, 27.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. Pass to Bridges. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Well, guys, this young man does such a good job keeping his balance on the way up to the basket. Mikal Bridges solid at keeping his composure.
Doris, when you think of Mikal Bridges, what comes to mind?
The fact that he is available almost every single night, that you can count on him to bring great defensive intensity. He's become a legitimate threat from three-point territory, and now all of a sudden he's adding some ball skills. Mikal Bridges gets better every single year.
Here's Towns. Hachimura grabs the miss. Lakers trail by 3. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That'll be his second foul of the game.
No foul. First team foul.
Pass to LeBron. Stolen by Anunoby.
Yeah, you don't see those overman back calls too often because they're just so easy to avoid.
Right. It doesn't happen often. It's kind of a silly mistake. We'll see if they can make up for it on the defensive end.
In the corner, it's James. Right wing. There's the triple. The Knicks pull it in.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Well, just fantastic defense by LeBron. You have to protect the ball or he's going to swipe it from you with his lightning-quick hands.
Anunoby outside. Off target from three-point range.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Doncic outside. Just 5 on the clock. James misses. The Knicks leading by 3. Brunson with it. And Hachimura picks him up defensively. Hart, that's good.
You can't afford to let Hart get going from deep. He's ready to shoot it when given the opportunity.
LeBron left side. James absorbing hits on the drive.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Inside. And there's the call on James. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Towns. And the layup's good off the glass. Towns has got the lead up to 6 now for the Knicks.
Well, this team relies obviously on Towns for great productivity, and this guy is as reliable offensively as you get.
Clearly a foul.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Making a change here. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the break, I heard Tom Thibodeau as he talked with the team. He told his players, I love the energy right now. You look like you're having fun out there. Keep playing for each other because our chemistry looks great right now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. The free throw drops for James.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Brunson outside. The kick out to Town. Shot clock at 5. In the corner, it's Bridges. Over Finney-Smith. That's short off the rim. Lakers trailed by 4. LeBron with it. Now guarded by Towns. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That is his first foul of the game.
13. Now into the lineup for your New York Knicks.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth.
We all know LeBron wants to take these shots. When the pressure is at its highest, he does not shy away from making the play his team needs.
Pass to Finney-Smith. And here is Hachimura. To the inside. James. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Outside, Towns. And that one drops for him.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And this is who LeBron James is, an incredible leader. When the game is tight, this guy willing to step up.
Brunson, left side. Little turnaround. Out to Bridges. It's picked off.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
I'll tell you, they'd better come up with some points on every possession from now on. Luka Doncic loves the big moment, and he delivers.
Here's Brunson. Five to shoot. Pass to Towns. Money!
Well, as soon as you recognize the size mismatch, you have to attack.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
And they actually could take a 3 here and go for the win if they want to. I think they'll try and send it to overtime. The defenders don't want to foul in this situation, so you should be able to get a good look inside.
Here's LeBron. James jackhammers it down.
A big man with a big finish.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Ananobi. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And we'll be back with you right after this. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Bridges, right side. Tucker a screen. Back to Bridges. Pass to Tucker. New York moving the ball around. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I love when Karl Anthony Towns is aggressive to score and willing to embrace the contact.
The free throw drops for Towns. And the Knicks making a change here. And Towns drops them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Doncic outside. Pass to Hayes. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Hayes has got his first bucket in this one.
Well, there's an aggressive mentality in play. Work in close, find a way to score.
Achua with it. Here's Towns. Hachimura grabs the miss. Here's Chain. Oh, LeBron does it again.
Oh, okay. I guess LeBron wanted that one to sting a little extra on that one.
To the right wing. Achua, no good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. The lead is 2. On the wing, Reeves. Pass to Hayes. 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to James. Fires the 3. Out of bounds. New York takes possession.
Wow, what a time for a turnover. Shows you just how key one play can be.
Just over a minute and a half played here in overtime. Brunson with a head of steam. And there is a whistle, and that's going to go on Jackson Hayes. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Brunson, left side. Down low. Towns. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Around 2 minutes into overtime now. It's been a good one. Pass to Doncic.
Tremendous work defensively from Towns. His teammates love to see him send that thing back.
Here's Ananobi. They get the rebound. Towns. Yes! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Oh, needing a bucket there. Towns doesn't hesitate.
Here's Hayes. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
He sinks the clutch free throw. Can't sink it. And that was an important free throw.
Out in front now, although he left 1 point on the board right there.
It's good.
But for a man his size, Towns does a sensational job running the floor.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Can't knock it down, and they really needed that one.
They're a little shaky from the line, and instead of putting them in front, he's only able to tie it up.
To the middle. Can't cash in. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. He knocks down the clutch free throw. Can't sink it. And that was an important free throw. Brunson outside. Here's Towns. Count it.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Guys, what are their best options now?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
Here's James. Yes!
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that on the inbounds play. Exactly the way they drew it up.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. So I'm looking at the clock. And, guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
And, guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
Here's Brunson. Oh, no good. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came out in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
And that about wraps it up for Dorisburg.
Hi, folks. Brian Anderson here, alongside two fantastic analysts, Grant Hill and Brent Barry at the table, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. It'll be the Cavaliers off the tip. Outside Mitchell. Mobley, right side. And he buries his first look. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Now here's Brunson. Here's Towns. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. They'll pin that one on Jared Allen. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. That one misses for Towns. Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
Pass to Brunson. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Tom Thibodeau gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I discussed with Coach the difficulties of guarding Donovan Mitchell. He jokingly responded, "You mean the guy who scored 71 points? It should be pretty easy." And he went on to say, "Donovan is one of the best scorers in the game. We have to be disciplined and guard him closely. This will be a big test for their defense." Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Here's Brunson. After the basket by Cleveland. Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Yeah, strong flush from Towns. I like whenever he plays with an edge inside.
Mitchell drives in. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. From deep, Mobley. And Anunoby pulls it down. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for New York. Towns outside. Back to Brunson. Towns on a screen. Brunson with it. Picked up by Allen. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Use the pick and roll, and then Brunson's court sense allows him to make that play.
Mobley on a screen. Here's Mitchell. Takes it inside. And Mitchell with the slam.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, well, I can settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that. Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Pass to Hunter. Allen outside. Shot clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And the Knicks with the possession here. Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now.
Towns way outside. Mobley grabs the board.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Ooh, too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Cleveland shooting their first free throw this game. And so he hits the technical free throw. When the Knicks are having a good season, it is amazing how excited their fans get, Brent.
Well, it's been generations, BA, that have been salivating for this franchise to get back to its winning ways. The last championship came in 1973, so as a fan, you can't help but get fired up when there's a chance at a title run.
New York trailing. Brunson kicks it out. Towns. Outside Brunson. Back to Towns. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Towns has got 8 points.
Amazing just how trusted Brunson is with the basketball.
Pass to Allen. All sorts of time. Cleveland again missing.
He loved to make him pay for giving up that wide open jumper. Just unable to do so.
Outside Hart. Launches a three. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
Cleveland shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
At the line, 2 shots.
He's perfect from the line this time. 20 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Towns on a screen. Puts up the 8-footer. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
And so nice to see Towns use his high basketball IQ to dominate in pick and roll. It seems like he always makes the right read in that situation.
Here's Mitchell. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. Cleveland on top, leading by a point. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And taking a look at the Cavs' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, we've watched them force their way to the line, and it seems to be working so far.
Such a great way to silence hostile fans who want the up and down pace that gets them amped up. Instead, everyone's just standing around watching the free throw game.
6 to shoot. Back to Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Neither side willing to relent.
That's led to 8 lead changes and a bunch of drama already.
And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But, Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO."
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie. And the Cavaliers with possession here. After the basket by New York. Mobley on a screen. And Hunter, here we go. For 3, Allen. The Knicks with the rebound. Brunson with it, and it's Hunter picking him up. Brunson with the finish inside.
And those are 2 points earned by Jalen Brunson.
And here's Mitchell. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. Mobley outside. Pass to Strus. Mobley on a screen. Here's Hunter. Mobley down low. Lays it up and banks it in. Mobley's got 5 points now this quarter.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Outside Achua. It's Bridges on the wing. And there's a defensive 3-second call. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
And New York has possession. Trailing by 2. Pass to Bridges. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Allen outside. Drives to the hoop. Outside for Mitchell. And stolen by Brunson. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Achua for three. New York again can't hit. And here comes Cleveland. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Strus's shot is off. And the Knicks with the possession here. Here's Towns. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Almost 7 feet tall. Towns has the length to get to the line. A tough guy to guard.
And that one falls for Towns. And so Towns nails them both. We've got 1:28 left to play in the second quarter. Mobley outside. Pass to Strus. Allen with it. Outside Mitchell. Hart pulls it in. High post Towns. He's got 14 to the paint. And it's Towns with the power finish.
And what a luxury to have a big man who can score like Towns. He's been unstoppable here.
Achua with a steal. He goes up. Achua with the dunk.
Oh, that's impactful defense right there. Finding a steal and instantly turning it into offense.
Now here's Mitchell. And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. New York making a switch here.
Now into the lineup for your New York Knicks.
40 seconds left in the second.
Mitchell Robinson.
Outside Mitchell. Allen a screen. Down low. Shoots over Robinson. Jared Allen with a nice move. Allen's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, you saw Allen do a great job of just placing himself in that pick and roll, and he's right where he's supposed to be.
And now the Cavaliers on the break. And it's Allen who slams it home.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed. Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Knicks out in front. They're up by 2. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute.
The Cavaliers, 22.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. And we've got a timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Here's Brunson. This one for three. Unable to get that one.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jalen Brunson's craft sets him apart. He said, quote, "I've always played with my instincts and tried to see the game a couple plays ahead. As I've gotten older, that part of my game has gotten wiser and better, but I'm still learning." Ryan, that's a scary thought for the rest of the league.
He's already plenty dangerous, Allie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it fly. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Brunson misses.
And there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
The kick to Hunter for the lead. It's hauled in by Robinson. And here's New York now. Here's Bridges. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be Evan Mobley.
Well, Bridges doing a good job fighting hard past the foul, even after the release.
And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Grant.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
Now here's Mitchell. Tries again. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Mitchell's got 6 points.
In standing just 6'1", amazing how effective Mitchell is attacking the paint.
New York again can't hit.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Oh, stolen by Anunoby. And that's a foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
It's Bridges on the wing. And he drives in. Second shot opportunity. Counted. Bridges has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, Bridges is down low, doing a great job of just pounding the defense. Makes the shot.
And Jalen Brunson gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Knicks on D. The lead is 2. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Pass to Strus. Clock at 6. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. Brunson looks it over. Here's Robinson. Covered by Mobley. Count it. And now it's a 4-point Knick lead.
Well, he's a physical big down low, and I think he expects this kind of traffic around him as Mitchell Robinson comes through.
Allen on the wing. Mobley down low. From deep, Mitchell. Oh, Mitchell with the smooth stroke from distance.
He's always a threat to bury a catch-and-shoot jumper. Mitchell doesn't waste time.
And here's Brunson. The layup misses. Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
Now here's Hart. Driving inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Hart's got his second basket of the game.
Reminder to the defense, Hart will drive if you give him that kind of room.
Allen outside. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Substitution for your Knicks.
Knicks leading by 3. Outside Brunson. Pass to Towns. Outside Anunoby. They get the rebound. The kick out to Brunson. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist.
Really quick release there from Brunson. Let that one go in a hurry.
Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Allen, right side. And that basket makes him 5 for 10. Steady production so far.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Back to Towns. And he makes it on the layup. Towns has got 18 points in the game.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. New York out in front. They're up by 5. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. From our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I did listen in on Kenny Atkinson's huddle. He likes the way they're finishing inside. Coach said when we get close, we are golden. They can't stop us in there. Let's keep pounding it as long as we can.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now.
You got to dance like you have been working. You're on the big screen.
Cavaliers trail by 5. Garland with the ball. And Bridges picks him up defensively. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for New York. 5-point lead, biggest of the game. Anunoby can't get it to go. And here are the Cavaliers now. Out to Mobley. Back to Garland. Pass to Mobley. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. New York leading by 5. Bridges down low. And here's the Chua. Here's Towns. Here he goes. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Towns has got 20 points.
Fantastic use off the bounce by Towns, getting all the way to the rim.
Back to Garland. Allen, left side. And so the ball out of bounds. Mobley touched it last. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A. Keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Bridges outside. Poke loose. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
For a love and a chance to go up and rock that rim.
Knicks leading by 5. And Max Strus picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Towns looking for an opening. Pass to Bridges. 5 to shoot. Achua with it. Now guarded by Mobley. Mobley gets a hand on it. Now Strus. Allen outside. Out to Mobley. Okoro on the wing. Back to Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
Can't ask for a better look when they needed it most. Using his height advantage inside.
Towns with the ball. Outside Anunoby. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist. Anunoby's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
To the left side wing. Inside. Okoro outside. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Both teams deciding to change it up. Knicks leading by 6. Pass to Bridges. The kick out to Brunson. Right side, Anunoby. Now here's Towns. Here's Anunoby. Hart from long range. Mitchell grabs a miss. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
What you love about Mitchell, he plays with energy, explosiveness, and courage.
First free throw is good, and that brings him within 5. Both free throws good from Mitchell.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Here's Brunson. Here's Towns. Second chance shot. The shot misses. Good D by Mobley. On the wing, Mitchell. Allen, right side. Back to Mobley. Money!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Pass to Towns. Ooh, stolen by Allen. To tie it up. Mitchell completes the transition play.
It's spider time. Donovan Mitchell, ice in his veins.
To the middle. Towns.
Counted. And in the big moments, Towns ups the ante, which allows him to knock down the important shots.
Outside Strus. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Now here's Brunson. And so it's the Knicks who come out on top here. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Grant